And welcome to day 10 of my Just Ship It challenge. And let's get this stream started as always, as usual, with a little bit an update on my Twitter. And as always, I'm streaming this very important moment that I open my Twitter thing. and then let's go. And then I can summarize for you very quickly what happened today. So, where is it? There it is. Day 9. So today is day 10, right? Okay. Day 10 made great or good progress on the visualization front. Decided to use D3. Maybe there's a D3.js for the graphics. Works like a charm. Really impressed by this framework. Okay, made good progress on the visualization front of my code review analytics tool. Let's say we have enough space, right? I decided to use D3.js for the graphics. It works like a charm. I'm really impressed by this framework. So, and then some emojis here and there, something like this. I'm really impressed by this. And then we at our Twitch. Now streaming on Twitch. Now streaming on Twitch. And then let's make this pointy finger thingy if I find it. Let me see. This one. And then I don't know if we make a short, could actually make a short screenshot of this wonderful bar chart that I that I created, that I'm gonna show you in a minute. Just let me quickly make this something like that, right? I mean, it's not super impressive. Oh, I have to save it. Let me see. Save as first visual, right? It's the first visualization that I did for my tool. Let's put it on desktop like everything else, and then it will show up somewhere here. Or not. Where am I? Oh, in downloads. Now I should go to there. Viso. How did I call it? There is it. First vis. Right. Something like that. Okay. Made good progress on the visualization front of my code review analytics tool. I decided to use DJ. It was like such a blah blah blah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's tweet that. And then, yeah, there's a lot of things that I actually want to tell you about today. So yesterday I was actually saying that I haven't decided how to do the visualization part, and that this is one of the bigger things that I had on my to-do list. And I had this strange idea, I don't know, I had this very strange idea that I'm gonna write obviously it's decoupled, right? So you have the data visualization and it's fed by some sort of data that I first analyze. And so I thought I'm gonna use some Python library, some Python framework to actually do the visualization instead of using D3 from the start. And I think I mainly had this idea to do it this way because I recalled working with D3 and that it was quite painful for me, that especially if I had like some problems, I ran into problems or got stuck, I couldn't really get enough support. But this was like, 8 years ago, or 9 years ago, right? So when D3 was coming out, I was using this, and maybe the first 3 years that this framework was around. And so I think, and also, memories somehow get mixed up. I don't know exactly anymore why I was so afraid of going back to D3, and I thought, well, it will take me. I know that I knew that it's super powerful, but I also had like in the back of my mind, it will take such a steep learning curve for me to do it right now, that I somehow thought, well, better learn something that I have never worked with before, like some Python library thing, and work with this for the prototyping, and then in the next iteration go and work with D3. And so today, when I wanted to start with the visualization, I quickly looked through some of the blog posts that highlight the Python libraries, and somehow I felt like, no, this is probably really not the right thing that I should do. And so I went back to D3 and started reading a little bit about it, and I got really, it was fascinated, right? I was like, well, this doesn't seem as complicated as I made it up in my mind, right? It's a very powerful, a very complicated framework, but it seemed that I can quickly generate something, so that it will not take me, I don't know, a month to learn it, but that I can actually get working and hit the ground running, so to say, quite quickly. And so, yeah, this is what I did today. So I can show you. It's really early stage, but there are a few things that I actually generate right now. And this is the one that I'm the most proud of. It's, sorry, I have to move that over here. It's a group bar chart, right? It's nothing super fancy, but so this is one of the visualizations that I do here. You see like how many files have been changed, and this is the period, like this is April, this is May, June, July, August, September. And then I visualize it now with like this bar chart. So it's a grouped bar chart, more or less. And you see the different things. And there's a little bit, you can see there's like a little bit of animation there, so that if you hover over it, it does something. But actually it could, as I said, D3 is really powerful, so it could do a lot of things. But right now, I just want to more or less generate static visualizations of all the different data analysis that I did. And so I think this is what I'm gonna work on. But yeah, so this is one of the things that I did. Then I did a very simple bar chart. Again, you have like the lines of code, but this is, it's not the right representation for the data. Hi, Rich. Nice that you're tuning in again. But yeah, I just played around with that. And then there is also the line chart, right? So this is actually the thing that I just made. And I was super afraid of it. And turns out there's actually not much to it, at least in this very simple way that I use it, right? Let's have a look, for example, at one of the line charts, right? So here are a few things. So I'm really just figuring out. There's actually, if you want to follow me along, and if you're interested in D3, I started documenting somehow the things that I learn and where I get my information from. So there's like on my GitHub, I have like a learn D3 readme where I put all the resources that I use to learn D3. So because sometimes I feel you're finding a good resource and then you forget about it because there are so many and you're going around. So this is a collection more or less of all the things that I looked. So today I looked at this beginner tutorial, and this was really cool. I'm not completely through it, but almost. So it's very, very basic. But I think that the way that it structures, right, is very nice. So it's not overwhelming. So you go, for example, method chaining. So it explains that it does, method chaining and how does it work, and then what happens with this event. And you have a very short overview also over the most important events, which I found really, really useful, because somehow it gives you it's not everything and it's not bound to an example, but it gives you somehow an overview how the things work, animation as well, right? And so what was really cool also that you have like this data binding and data loading, and I'm using now D3.json and D3 CSV. So this is really cool, right? So yeah, just my Python library or my Python tool, my backend that's written in Python somehow generates JSON, for example, or later on it will be like an API endpoint that the website is actually connecting to and get this JSON objects, this JSON data, and then it takes it and just works with it. I was really fascinated today that it works so seamlessly. So here you can have a look how it looks like. The data CSV is very simple, right? So like, as I said, I'm just playing with this. Like you have month and you have to change and like May, June, July, whatever, right? And then I used it actually for the line chart, right? So this line chart is consuming this D3 CSV, and then you just bind the functions and tell them what it returns, right? Like the month or the date as month and the change as value. And then you can do all cool stuff here. Mostly it's the what kind of scale you have, right? This is a scale point. I actually had like I was playing around with this a little bit, and there was like a one, it's called a scale, how was it called? Scale, I already forgot. Or there are many scale things, bar or something. Let me have a look. There are so many tabs again open. You know that I only can work with one tab, but this never happens, the one tab thing. So there was somewhere oh yeah, scale point, right? So I was using scale band because I thought this is the right one, but this makes a very strange. It's not good for this, for the lines, because then the dot actually, so where the line somehow changes, right? Direction, for example, is not directly under the. I can show you what I mean with it. Let me see. Here we are, right? So here, scale band, right? And I was a little bit worried about my line chart, because as you will see, it looks a little bit odd, right? So all the data points here is May, and it's clearly marked, but the data point is actually here. And the same like for July, right? I think this is August, right? August should actually be here. And so this was the error that I had there before. Yeah, so this tutorial thing is really cool. You see it's again tutorial teacher. I've never been on that website before, but today I found it's really nicely structured how my brain works. So it gives you a good idea, everything, like very quick idea how things work. So I worked through that. I'm somewhere here at the bar chart. This is how I learned about the bar chart and did the bar chart. I didn't completely use this one, but then there is also another resource that I have used today a little bit, which is really cool, and it's called, maybe I've opened it here somewhere, headquarter or something, like how was it called? Actually, I have it on my GitHub thing. There it is, like no, I haven't. See, I should put that. How is it called? Observable HQ. I don't know exactly what it means. Observable. Anyway, this is really cool. So you can, here you have like really cool visualization if you go at the beginning, right? Like it's all kind of visualizations that you can click on, and there is also the chart behind, like, and then you can see how people generate this. So this is really powerful. I should link that also in my GitHub learning D3 thing. Tutorials, examples, right? So this is like the king or the queen of examples, right? Observable website with many examples, including code, right? Yeah, this is really cool. So, well, I just spent a little bit time today, and I'm actually quite happy with the progress, because I think if I have now, I don't have all the visualizations that I want to create. But I mean, I've 3 already. That they're not the nicest one. I'm getting a little bit. Here, they're not the nicest one, and I have to, improve them and things like that. But basically, it sort of works, right? And so I think what I need more is some graph visualization, and I haven't looked at that with GraphViz yet, but this is another thing that I have to do. And then maybe like a pie chart, but it seems like same, right? And then I think I'm good to go, right? So then I have to generate all the data in the format that actually D3 can consume it, and make some glue code around that, and then there will be the first version sort of that I can at least send out. So I think I'm really excited about this change. Let's look. Yeah, now it's good again. How it worked out actually with D3, and it also shows somehow that I sometimes think that things are much more complicated than they are, and on the other hand, some things seem really not complicated, and then if we dive into it gets really complicated. I know that this is very basic, stuff that I'm doing right here, right now, but it was really working very nicely, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought there will be more struggle with it, so that's actually cool. Something else that I did yesterday is I started uploading my videos on YouTube. Let's have a look here. So there is, like, if you go on my channel, I have actually a channel which has no name yet. And yeah, there's like I made a new playlist. It's called Just Ship It. And I thought that I'm gonna just upload all the videos that I make. Sorry, I'm not gonna play this one. All the videos that I make from Twitch to YouTube, so that they are not vanishing and they are not going away. The only problem that I saw yesterday is that here the resolution isn't really good, like the quality. There's only 480p, which I don't know if I exported it wrongly or if that's how it works for Twitch. There's also the option that I can actually export from Twitch directly to YouTube, so I'm gonna try that out and see if that maybe gives a better resolution. I don't know exactly what went wrong here, but yeah, it doesn't matter so much, but it can be better. It can be better, something like that. So yeah, that's more or less on my front. I'm really excited about this first step, because yesterday I was somehow how was it called, map plotted tutorial. Yeah, I was looking at this and I saw the visualizations, and they were really not very pretty. I mean, they're not ugly, but they're looking like a research paper somehow, right? And then I was looking at how can you export that to JPEGs, and I thought this is really strange. Rich says, I think you are streaming. Yeah, it could be that maybe it's my stream that's not rightly configured. That could be, I don't know. Let me have a look here. I know that when I set up, and this is a long time ago, when I set up somehow my Streamlab OBS, I was just putting in anything. I thought that this settings, maybe output. I don't know exactly. Audio, video. I should. You need to change the recording to a higher resolution. And has that to do with how I stream with the Streamlabs, or do you think that has to do with my settings in the Twitch dashboard? Do you know? This is, I have to spend some time here. There's a stream destination. I could actually stream to YouTube. Maybe I'm gonna do that. I was thinking about doing this. Stream to Facebook. Well, YouTube would be interesting. I don't know, is there like a Twitter one as well? Multi-stream. Build your online brand. one thing that I'm interested is in Twitter, because most of my network and my friends are on Twitter. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that now. See, I'm getting easily distracted. Let's go back. The tool does an auto config based on your internet connection, I believe. Yeah, that could be. My internet connection is not the best. I'm also on Wi-Fi. Actually, if I would be plugged in, that would be better. But I'm in an old house, and so I have to go with the cable through the whole house, and then I cannot close the doors anymore because the cable is hanging around, and if the kids fall over the cable, it's not good. So this is why I'm mostly not plugged in and mostly stream and do all my stuff with not really a wonderful internet connection. Yeah, let's put it on my to-do for another day. I think the videos are okay. I mean, they're not super great, but they're okay. So I think this was my update for today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope I can show you some more cool stuff of my tool soonish. For now, it looks like this. Well, this is really just playing around with the things, right? But yeah, I hope you have a good day, and thank you, Rich, for being on my stream again, and thanks everybody for watching, and I'm talking to you tomorrow. Bye bye.